This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning. So what we have seen so far is we are trying to answer our client question. Okay, the client is going to ask few things like, can I see the records? Can I see some condition records? Like for example, I want to see. So this is a data set which we were discussing. We have a second-hand showroom. The data is completely a second-hand showroom, or maybe I can call it as a second-hand dealer. What exactly they want is, this is the data and you have to start creating a report. Maybe I would say, in the case of report, in the sense you have to answer the client question. Very simple. There are 301 cars that has been there from 2003 to 2018, and you have been, like, let us say you are a Power BI developer and this is a project you have got it. What project you have got? You have to analyze the second hand car dealer data, right? So this is a data set we have seen. We have seen each and every variable, and in between what happens, if client is asking, I want to see the complete records, you can always go and see with respect to select star from data. The entire data you'll be able to see with respect to the complete project. Whatever the data is there with respect to this table, you'll be able to see. What is the query I've run? It is select star from table. Okay, now the question comes, okay, can I see only 1 year data, that is 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016? Client is specifically asking for 1 year. Now what you have to do, as a developer, as a Power BI developer, like, you have to start writing some code. Okay, what are the commands you're going to write and what are the filter conditions you're going to write? That is where you will be developing skills of filtering data as per the client requirement. Very simple. He's asking, hey, can you tell me 2018 cars, how many cars are there? So what you will do, you will go and write something called where condition. So select star from car data where year equal to 2010. Okay, so like this we have seen multi condition. Okay, so far we have seen, what if I need 2010 and I need diesel? So we will be adding a and condition. So this is to select the rows on multiple conditions. Coming for count, if you don't want record, if I want count, instead of star, give it as count of star. Give it as count of star. I'll be able to get, there are 301 cars that has been sold for in your data. Okay, specifically they will ask, hey, can you tell me how many cars are there in 2015? How many cars are there in 2016? Something you have to write a same query. In that you add a where condition, where year equal to 2015, you will get 61. Always remember, if client is asking, only the count. He is not bothered about the data. He don't want to see the data, but he wants the count. Go and use count of star. If client is telling, I want to see the records, always go and write select star. Okay, so this is a difference we have seen. So we have seen multiple code. Like for example, I want with respect to 2 years, I'll be adding something called in condition. If I want to get with respect to 2 years, I'll be writing in condition. If I want to get 3 years, still I'll go with it. But something, if it is between a long years, like I want to know which is the year it has been started and which is the year it has been ended, everything I cannot keep on adding in the bracket, like maybe the complete years. So we have an option of going with between. Okay, so this was an option. In between this and this, you will be getting what were the car sales, or maybe what were the car number of cars. Everything was able to get between condition. And we add, if you have an alternative, you can just write it like this as well, where year is greater than this year and year is less than this year. Okay, so this is also we have seen. What we have seen so far was we have seen the select, we have seen the star means everything, and we are checking for equal condition. This is where the equal condition comes into picture, where year equal to 2015, 16 something, and we have seen all the greater or less than or symbol. Okay, this also we have seen the greater or less than symbol, and where condition is actually filtering it, and condition is like to check multiple conditions. Client does not be quiet, he keeps asking, hey, can you tell me 2019 records, as well as I need only diesel cars. You have to write multi condition, you have to go and write and. Okay, and you have count is what, I'm concerned only about the count. I'm not concerned about the records. Don't want to see the records. Go and use count. Okay, and specifically if I want more than 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I can go and use in condition. I can go and use in condition, as well as I can go and write between. This is what we have seen. Okay, and one very important query, very important query, I will repeat that what I have done. Okay, that is with respect to group by. Okay, so what client is asking is, in 2003, can you tell me how many cars was available? In 2003, can you tell me how many cars was available? Query number 51 will give you the answer. How many cars were available in 2004? Query number 52 will give you answer. How many cars was available in 2009? Select count of star from car data where year equal to 2009 will give you the car data with respect to 2009. But now the objective is how long you will go and write like this. Each and every year is going to ask you, are you going to write a query like this? Maybe you will be writing, you will be giving the answer, but you may be not treated as an effective developer. Who is an effective developer? Who is a productive developer? One who does the job in a very simple way, and if they ask something, you have to give the complete details so that they don't get back to you again. Okay, so rather than writing each and every condition, like what is the sales in 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, what I will do, I will write one group by condition, and that group by condition is something which we have seen. Very simple. This was a code. I will not write where condition here. Instead of writing where condition, what I will do, before this count I will add something called year. I need with respect to each and every year's record. So what I will do, before the count I will be adding year. Okay, and again I'm repeating, whenever you have added an aggregate function, this is aggregate function. Okay, see, if I don't add anything, I can run this. I will get 301 cars. An aggregate function can be used alone, but something you add before that. Okay, it's always, you have to remember, this is a thumb rule. You have to thumb rule, whichever aggregated column you have added, before that any column if you have put in the select statement, that has to come in the group by year. Now if I go and run this, each and every year how many cars was there, everything I'm able to get. You don't believe me? See this 2003, 2 cars. 2004, 1 car. 2005, 4 cars. 2006, 4 cars. 2013, 33 cars. 33 cars. I did not do anything. I've written one good query using the group by, which is going to give me every year. Give this, he will never come back to you. Client will never come back to you asking, hey, can you give me this, can you give me this? No, because you have given the complete information. This is achieved using group by. This is achieved using group by. Okay, now there is a question. There is a question. This, if you see here, if you see here, all these years, right, the car count was very less. It was very less. Okay, now client is telling me, okay, don't give me all years. Try to understand, very simple question. This was a problem here. This was a problem here. Like, I each and every year he asked, I keep on writing select word. That is something was a time consuming, and it was not an effective developer. But what I've thought is let me give me a group by. So if I give a group by, each and every year, maybe each and every year's count, I will get it. Now again client is telling, okay, hey, I don't want all year record. I don't want all year record. Okay, I want specifically for 1 or 2 years. Okay, what you will do? What you will do? Let us say he
Where
asked five. Yeah. So he will. We let us say he asked between 2011, 2012, 2013. What you have to do? Just go. Okay, this is a code. Select year, count of star from table, group by year. After this table, write a where condition. Where year in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Okay, what I've done, I want specific years. Okay, I've written a where condition, so everything was same. Like if I go here, where condition is same, but now I'm adding all 5 years. Give me the count. If I go and run this, I will get it. 2011, what was the sale? 2012, what was the sale? 2013, how many cars were there? 2014, how many cars were there? 2015, how many cars were there? Everything else is same. But remember, whenever you're adding an aggregate function, you have to add a column before that. That column has to be present in group by. Very important rule. Some of them are still not able to write a group by function. In during the interviews, I have seen that they getting stuck here. Always remember, any aggregated column is there. Before that, any column you write, try to mention that in the, not try, you have to mention 100%, you have to mention in your group by. Rest everything remains same. He's asking about the diesel cars, or maybe he's asking about the petrol cars. You can put it. Okay. So let us say my question changes.
Excuse
My
me,
question
sorry.
changes. Yes.
Santosh, I just joined it. Can you repeat this one, please?
I've not started any new topic. Like I've just going with the like whatever we have seen in the last week. I'm just explaining a group by. So what exactly happens in the group by is, each and every time I cannot keep on running the single code. For that, I'm going and explain. I'm going writing a group by function. Okay, so this group by function, you add any aggregate function, you add any column before that, it is obviously, it is 100% rule that this column has to be mentioned in the group by. So that is what I am explaining. But now my requirement is slightly changing. My requirement is slightly changing. Now client is telling me, with only specific years I want. Don't give me all, give me 2011 to 15 only. If they're asking, give me only 2010 to 15, I'm adding one more condition here, that is where condition. So where condition remains almost same. Like whichever filter you want, you're going to get it. Okay, but but Sometimes if the requirement changes, you will be adding a where condition, because this is what we have seen. But one more example I'll give. Client is interested. Client is interested. Give me the all year count car, like maybe give me all the years car count with respect to petrol vehicle. Give me all the car count with respect to petrol vehicle. What I will do, I will add this again. After that year, I will be mentioning one more and condition, and fuel type, equal to petrol. That is all is a change. That is all is change. Client is asking in 2003, tell me the number of car counts which are at only petrol vehicle. You go and run this. You go and run this. Two records. So all two was already all petrol vehicles. In 2004, I just add this condition. Now I run this. Okay, one record, three records. So initially it was four records in the 2005. In 2005, it was four cars were there. Now I'm getting three cars. In that means one vehicle or maybe one car was diesel. Okay, and 2006 I will check. Four, fine. 2007 I check. Two. Maybe let's check for 2014 or 15. Since the number of cars are more, here you may get the actual value. Okay, now I will run this. Very simple question. In whichever year it is, give me the count with respect to petrol vehicles. So I'll run this. 24 cars. Initially it was 38 cars. Now I'm getting 24 cars because 24 cars are only petrol cars. Remaining everything is like diesel. Okay, how do I achieve this? You cannot write like this each and every query. You can't keep on adding this. You know that this is going to be fixed, that is petrol. Just go and write like this. This is a simple group by condition. Here what you do, you go and write where fuel type equal to petrol. Where fuel type equal to petrol. Now what happens for every year with respect to petrol vehicles, you will get the count. Okay, so this was actually 24. This was actually petrol 24. This was 28. We'll check. If this query is giving the results or not. If I go and run here, 2003, 2004, all these are petrol vehicles. Okay, how do you verify? Line number 71, 2014, 24 cars. I'm getting 2013, I'm getting 28 cars. I'm getting rest, everything is same. I've added an aggregate function. Before that, I have added a column. That column has to be present in the group by. In between, whatever condition you want, you can give it. In between, whatever condition you want, you give it. Okay, now this is like a simple group by only, but still with a where condition. Depends on your business, depends on the client's question. If client is telling, okay, give me 2011, 12, 13, 14, obviously you go and write in condition. In condition, something which you've already seen it. Okay, between is there. Between is also something which you have seen it. So include that here and you'll be able to get it. But remember, this is something very, very important. Before count, whatever you write it, you have to write it here. Okay, it's not always that you have to write it here. It can be after this also. For example, I remove this. Maybe I'll rewrite it. I got this question in previous batch, so that's why I'm asking. they're telling that, okay, what if only you'll be having like this, what if this is before count, what is if it's like before count, whatever it is, when there's aggregate function, whatever other columns you are mentioning, that column has to come in the group by. So one of them asked me, okay, you're telling me of always yet to come before, what if it comes after that? Let it be, but always group by the column which is present in the select query other than the count. If you go and see here, you'll get it. Still only that interchange will happen. Year was first and count was happening. Now count is coming first, year is coming because of the order. This will be the order of execution, this will be the second order. That's all it is. But forget about that. But the thing is, thumb rule, any column you add in a select query other than the aggregate column, that has to be mentioned in the group by query. Okay, very, very important. In between, they ask a petrol vehicle, diesel vehicle, whatever they ask, you go and get with respect to where condition. Okay, one thing I will tell you, can you tell me, I'll go back to original code. Do you think this count of star exists in a table?
No.
This,
No.
have a query.
No.
yeah, it
Oh.
is not present. If I go and run a simple code, that is, if I go and maybe I will rewrite it, I will copy this. Okay, I will put it here. Okay, if I go and search this, or maybe if I go and see this, car name, year, selling price, present price, kilometers driven, fuel type, seller type, transmission, owner is there. Where is this count of star? Or maybe if I go and add a group by, this is a year, this is a count of star, this is, I am counting it. Try to get to understand this. This is not a column that is present in a table. It is an additional column which I have written using the count function. It is not, basically it is taking a count. My objective is it is taking a count, but try to understand, this is not a predefined column. This is not a predefined column. Okay, so one thing now I will tell you is, let us say in this code, client is asking me, with respect to years, give me the count of the car. The client again has to report this to his manager. Try to understand, the client again, he has to report this to manager. But what this client says is, hey, some of the years, right, the car count is very low. If I show this to my manager will shout at me. I have to keep my reputation of the company. Some of the I understand that we were growing as in the initial phase, but my client is asking me why this is very less. So one thing he's going to ask is, forget about all the small numbers, give me all the car count, maybe give me all the years, whichever year in which the car count is more than 30 cars. Understand, the question is very simple. With respect to all the years, okay, with respect to all the years, I have how many cars is there. But due to keep up the reputation, my client is asking, don't show me those, okay. How you can do this is, you can go and do a manual work. I will tell you how you can do a manual work. Okay, same thing, this query I will copy. Okay, I will go and write where condition, where year in, I'll put bracket, and I will see which year more than 30 is there. This is not there, 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 not there. 2016 is there, maybe I'll give 2016. Then 2015 is there, more than 30, more than 30. Then 17, 13, 17, then 13. After 17, 13, 14 is also more than 30. More than 30. My requirement is satisfied. Whichever year the minimum car count is 30 or more than 30, I will be able to get it. But how did I get this years? I manually checked and I have written here. Now tell me, is this the right way to do it?
It is not right.
No.
It will take time.
Yes, this is fine, a small data. What if you're working in the real time? What if you're doing in the real time? Okay, so now what will happen? This will not work. This will not work. Let us see how alternatively we can do it. Very simple example. We have already learned this greater than symbol. We have already learned greater than symbol. Now what I will do, I will again copy this. I will not write where condition. Maybe I will not write this year. What I will do is I will write as this count of star is there, right? So let us assume this count of star. Okay, I will put it as greater than 30. Okay, now you tell me it will work or it will not work.
It will work.
It will work.
It will not work.
Okay, let us see it will work or it will not work. It's not working. What is error? Invalid use of group function. Invalid of group function. Okay, so understand, next 5 minutes it's very important. Only then you will be able to try to understand how to do this. Why this is not working? First of all, it's not working. I'm getting an error. But why I'm getting an error is, if you see all the where condition I've done so far, where condition, where condition, where condition, everywhere, if I've written the where condition, existing column only I have used it. Here already exists. If you don't believe, go and see here. Here already exists. Where here I'm filtering. Okay, there is a fuel type. There is a fuel type. There is a fuel type. Fuel type also I have in my data. Here is there. Here also I have here. Fuel type is there. Okay, you want anything, any where condition you see, all these are existing column. That is where I was able to do filter where condition. But why this is not working? Why this is not working? See, even this will work where I need only petrol vehicles, because fuel type is already present here. This type of where condition will work, whereas this is not working. This is not working because this is not an existing column. Very important, this is not an existing column. That is a reason, you will not be able to use it here. This is not an existing column. You have aggregated as per the business requirement client has asked. So this is wrong. I cannot write this. I cannot write this. Then you may ask me how to do it. For this, SQL has given one very good command, and we can call it our best friend of group by. Whenever you have a group by, try to understand, whenever you have a group by and you want to filter out with respect to aggregated value, that is, I want with respect to aggregated value. For example, I don't want 2003, I don't want 2008, because there is less number of cars. My reputation in the car showroom will go. My client is asking if it is having minimum 30 cars, tell only that years, that will be useful. Okay, what I have to write is, after this group by, after this group by, I have to write one condition like having clause. This is called having clause. Having count of star greater than 30. Count of star greater than 30. Where count of star will not work, but having count of star will work. Now I go and run this. Now I go and run this. whichever year is having more than 30, I'm able to get it. But the difference is I have not applied a where condition for the existing column, but I've applied a filter on aggregated column. This is achievable using having clause. Okay, now when you have to use having condition is, remember, having condition will come only if you have group by in the code. Having condition will come only if you are having group by condition. If you don't have group by, if you have not used any aggregate function, directly you can go and write where condition, where year equal to this one. Why? This year is actually present as a column, but if I want to filter it out with respect to aggregate function, you have to always use having clause. Now see, my requirement is satisfied. Maybe 30 is too much, I'll go 25. Whichever year is having more than 25 cars, give me that. Still it is same. Let me give 20. This also added. 2012 is also added. So something which I want to filter it out, understand? Something which I want to filter it out with respect to aggregated column, having is the only thing which can do it for you. Where condition will not work here. Where condition filter is for only for existing column, whereas having clause comes whenever you want to filter an aggregated column. Okay, very important question. I'm asking, like in interview, right? Definitely they will ask, what is the difference between where condition and having condition? Very important question. Very important question. What is the difference between where condition and having condition? Okay, let me tell you. where condition where condition is used to filter the records, for the columns which is already existing in the column, already existing in the table. Like year is there, selling price is there, fuel type is there, everything is already there. You start go and apply the filter. This is with respect to a filtration on the existing column. Okay, what is having condition? Having condition is filtering it out with respect to the aggregated column. It is not an existing column, it is aggregated column. Count of star is something which I have used it for my business. For that I want to apply a filter, I am going and using having condition. But remember one thing, having condition cannot appear if you have not used group by. Having condition is like only if you are using a group by, having condition will come, or else you cannot use having condition directly. You cannot using directly having condition, because this is something, it is I'm applying on the aggregated filter. Client is clearly telling me, I know you're giving me everything, I am happy with it, but if you show everything, my repetition will go. Some of the years it's very less. I want to make sure I show only good number. Show me after 25 or 30 number of cars. Write a having condition. I repeat, where condition will be actual column filter, having condition will be aggregated column filter. Having condition can appear only if I have used group by in that query. Without group by, I cannot use having. Without group by, I cannot use having. Having, if it is I want to appear, always it should appear after the group by. Only then it will work. Okay. Any question on group by and having? Very important. Any question? Can
No,
anyone
Santosh.
repeat? Yeah, can anyone repeat? important interview question. If tomorrow you're attending an interview and I'm asking this question, how do you answer? Can anyone repeat?
If in a where condition, it will be used only to filter the within the columns within the table, to apply a condition within the table columns. Whereas the having can be used to filter it on the aggregated function as count star, for example, or minimum or max value.
Okay. You're correct, but one point you have missed it.
Having will come only with the combination of group by class.
Exactly. Yeah. This is how you have to tell the answer. If you tell this, then like you will get an like they will get an expression that okay, you have already worked on both the queries. And why it is required, that is what is important. You have to understand when you have to use it. Whenever client is telling, give me only with respect to year, that's fine. But I cannot do a manual work like this. I cannot do a manual work. Then what I could have done? I could have done like this. Where count of star is greater than 30. This I could have done. But this column is something which is not existing in a table. This I have aggregated it. So obviously where condition will not work. So I will remove this. I will be writing having clause. Having count of star greater than 20. This is how I will write it. Very, very important. For sure, you will be tested on this. They will ask you to write a code, or maybe they will ask you to difference between um, where condition and having clause. Nowadays, what people are doing is they have started asking writing a code. The way I have explained the question. Okay, for example, they will ask you in our question, what happened in our scenario, give me the total number of count of cars with respect to year, and whichever year is having more than 20 cars, give it to me. This was a code. This was a code. In interview, what they may ask, can you tell me which employee's salary with respect to department is having more than 40,000? What it will change? Here it will become a department. Here it will become a department. Here it will become a salary. Count of star is like salary if it is greater than 40,000. That is all it is. Concept is same, different domains, different techno, or maybe different telecom, healthcare, or it is like a showroom. Whatever you go into as a business, you will be able to work it because you know the language. That language is what? SQL. Okay, very important. That's why I'm spending a lot of time on it. Most of the time I'll be writing only this code in the real time.
Excuse me, though.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
Tell me, yes.
The one previously which you were saying, that example, that employee salary, how do you write that one? Select employee, then you write the salary, yeah?
See, one thing is my requirement is very simple. My client is asking me, give me all the department wise salary, okay, and
Mm,
make sure this salary is more than 40,000.
yeah,
Okay, more than 40,000. So very simple. What I'll do is I'll copy this code. I'll have to make sure that I will have all the existing tables. So this is a department.
yeah.
If I add a department here, obviously I have to add it in a department as well. And here it will be total salary, right? So either instead of count, it will be sum of salary. So if I add sum of salary, obviously this has to be present in my having condition.
Okay, you are taking the sum of all the salary within a department.
Correct.
Okay.
So in your company, right, where the lot of money goes, whether it goes for finance team, it goes for admin team, it goes for catering team, it goes for IT team, where the salary goes, that question I am answering it. Same code, but instead of
But
year, it is
if
department.
you
Instead
change
of
for the
count, I have,
same thing,
hmm?
if you change for the same for your question, rather than saying the department wise salary, but salary more than 40,000 for individual, how we need to do that one?
If you want to find an with respect to employee, give an employee ID here. This employee ID is what something I'll be grouping. So each and every employees, whoever his salary is more than 40,000, this query will give the answer.
Now I need not to do the sum, right? I can say salary, right? Because employee ID is unique for the salary, right? One-to-one relationship, right?
Yeah, but again, yeah, it depends, right? If you're getting paid like first 15 something like that, you will be writing sum. If you're paying only on one day, maybe that is also not required. See, in this case what happens, right? In this case what happens, you're not aggregating it. So what is the purpose of using this?
Yeah, there is no purpose of that one. Yeah.
Yes, so your answer fails. What I'm doing is I'm taking the total sum of salary per employee and I'm checking whether he is greater than 40,000 or not. Then only the having condition comes into picture. If you want like that, you did not write anything. Just write where salary equal to greater than
Yeah.
40,000. This will work. Why it will
Yeah.
work? This is an
The
actual
salary
column.
will
Yes. Simple. Clear? Is it clear?
Can we use the alias name for count star within the having condition?
Yeah. I'll go to that. I'll go to that. We'll come back to that. We'll go to that. But as of now, the query we have implemented. Okay. Now I'll go and remove this. Okay. Now what I will do, if I run this, this is here. This is with respect to car count. Okay. But something which is disturbing my mind is the name is not that good. Whatever I've used here, count star, whatever I've used the count star, okay, I am getting as a count star, which does not make sense. Like it's telling what is this count of star. I will still don't know what is this count. What I will do after this count of star, I will write like car count. Even this is not looking good. I will write total number of cars or total number of cars. Total cars. Okay. So for this count of star, I'm giving a name of total cars. Okay. This alias name, I can use it to my having condition. Now I will write it. This gives me a clear picture. Here, total cars. 2014, this was a total cars present. 2013, this was a total cars present. 2017, this was a total cars. 2015, this is a total cars. Every year's total car is something which I'm getting. Okay, that is a alias name. For this count of star, I'm giving an alias name. If I don't give this, what will happen? If I don't give this, what will happen? It was like looking odd. Now it will not work. Why? I've not given alias name, but I've used alias name here. Okay, it will not work. So I'll give this count of star. See, I don't know what is this. Still, simply it is telling count of star. I'll not be able to guess this. So always you can give an alias name, which will give a better picture. If you're sharing to the client, give it in a proper way. Only then he will understand. Okay, so this is something with respect to group by having as well as where condition. Very important. Most of the queries which you write in SQL and the interview questions mostly will be concentrated on this questions only. They will ask very simple question. You have to understand, you have to relate it to our example and try to write a query. Okay,
That,
so what we, yes,
yeah, mm, you are not giving as condition, right? If for count changing the column name,
okay, you're telling like this.
it's if you are not giving as condition, also it's work.
If you don't give as condition also it will work. It's as I said, many different databases accepts alias name differently. So this count of star, whatever is there, if you write something here, the next word whatever you write, it will be treated as an alias name. Okay, if you
In
don't like
Oracle
this way,
database,
you write as
this,
like this. Sorry.
in Oracle database, we are use as only, right?
Yeah, in Oracle, as is mandatory, I think, but in here MySQL, it's not required. So this
Okay,
way I
okay,
can write it. I will still get it as alias name. Okay. One thing it will not work is if I put like this.
okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
this is not a single word. Even if you don't write as also, this will not work. It is throwing an error. Why? The word next to the count, it is treating as alias, but where did this car came from? So this is
Yes.
something the system will not understand. What you have to do is put it in the quotes. If you put it in a quotes, this will treat it as a one word. Now if I go and write it, you will be getting what happened. Still it's
Here,
not
count
working.
total car
Oh
having class.
yeah. Right. What happened? Total cars.
Might be space is not taking, right?
I've not given a space as well. Value is not coming. Let us remove the space. No, still it's not coming. Maybe the quotes it's
Double
not
quotes.
taking here.
Quotes.
Yeah, quotes should take actually. It's
Yes.
coming. It's coming, but maybe it if you want any space means you have to give like this. Okay, you have to give a space means you have to give like this. If you don't want any space, you no need to give quotes. It's like if it's a one word. If it's like a one word, you can go and give it like this. But still if you want anything with respect to as always, you can write as also, not required in MySQL. Maybe in some databases, maybe this as is required, you can use it. So what does the as means is this name as this name. That is the meaning of this as. So it depends on what database you're using, but practically every database will accept it. Even if you don't write it, whatever name you're giving after that function, maybe that you can implement it. Not only this, let me tell you in every other database as well. For example, let us say I take this select car from name. Okay, I write it here. Okay, I write this here, and something which I don't like was kilometers driven. So what I will do is car name and kilometers driven. I want only this two. If I go and select it, I will get it. But this kilometers driven is something which I did not like. What I will do after this, I will write KMS. Okay, now I run it. I'll get only KMS, kilometers. Car, kilometers. The actual name itself, I have overridden it. If you want, you can write as well. You will still get it. So this is something with respect to alias them. We will see that in the later part, but since you have asked me, I'm telling this as is not a mandatory thing in MySQL. You can use it or you can ignore it. But maybe Oracle or some PostgreSQL will accept it. Go and use it. So this kilometers driven is overridden by my name, which is kilometers driven. If I don't give, this is the actual column. You will get the actual column. Is it clear?
Santosh.
Yeah. Now we have learned about what having condition as well. Okay, so now we have few more things that we will go and see step by step. Okay, this is my car data. Okay, let me see who will answer this question. If anyone answer this question, okay, for sure you have understood group by clause. Okay, my requirement is very simple. Before that I'll explain you one thing. After that I'll ask you. Okay, this is a car data. Usually whatever the time of it is loaded, it will give you in the same order. I want to order it with respect to selling price. The complete data I want to order it with respect to selling price. This has been sold for 3.35 lakhs. This is sold for 4.75 lakhs. This is sold for 7.25 lakhs. In my complete data set, I want to get to know costliest car. Costliest car. Okay, I want to order it with respect to costliest car. What I will do, select star from car data. After that, I'm not writing any condition. I want to see every record, but I want to see in an ordered way. So order by selling price. That is all it is, nothing else. I want to order it with respect to selling price. I want to get it. First is I'm getting Ritz car 2014 3.375 is the order I'm getting. Now I'll go and order it. Bajaj Pulsar, something it is point 1 means 10,000. Honda Shine 12,000. See, this is not only car. I can see some bikes as well. Hero Honda, Bajaj Pulsar, Activa 3G, everything I'm Suzuki Access, everything I'm getting with respect to order. But what order I'm getting? Smaller to bigger. This is the cheapest car, maybe cheapest bike, cheapest vehicle. I'll put it in a cheapest vehicle. You'll get for 10,000. You'll get for 12,000. This is ordering from ascending order. Ascending order. Okay. But I want costliest car. I want costliest car. So what I will do? I will go
Descending
and
order.
yeah, I will go and mention descending order. How to mention descending order? DESC. That's all it is. By default, it is going to give you ascending order, but you have to mention descending order. Go and run this. Land Cruiser. Land Cruiser is a car that has been sold for 35 lakhs. Second hand car only, it is costing 35 cost. I don't know what is there in that. Present price is 92 lakhs. What car is this? Even I don't know. Okay, so Land Cruiser is something, the car which you are getting it for 95. The current price is 92 lakhs, but second hand car is 35 lakhs. Okay, so this is something, the costliest car. This is the costliest car. This is the costliest car. The price is 92 lakhs, but in the second hand they're selling it for 35 lakhs. Fortuner, the price is 36 lakhs. They're selling it for 33 lakhs as a second hand. All big vehicles are there. Okay, so now if I want to order it with respect to ascending order, you need not give an ascending order as well. Just remove the descending, you will get a selling. By default it is going to be ascending. If I run this, I will get the lowest selling price car or maybe vehicle, that is Bajaj Pulsar. It has run for 92,000 kilometers and it is the oldest model 2006. They're selling it for, if this is sell in the lakhs, 3.35 lakhs, 4.75 lakhs, 7.25 lakhs. Obviously if I put it like this is going to be in thousands. So 0.1 means it is a 10,000. This bike is sold for 10,000. Today it is original price is 75,000. 1 lakh means what? 1. 2 lakh means what? 2. 0.75 means 75,000. So the present price is 75,000. They are selling it for 10,000 because of the usage. So this is with respect to order by. You can order with respect to anything. Let us say I will order by kilometers driven. I want to say which vehicle has been run in the most kilometer. I will just go and add KMS driven. Order with respect to KMS driven. So if I run this, Activa 3G, it has run for 5 lakh kilometers. Honda Charisma. 2 lakh kilometers it has run. Which year it is? 2008. And 52 was the current price. They're selling it for 17,000. 55 lakh kilometers it has driven means what is this? Oldest car and people are still buying it. Some people usually go for second hands because if the more and more the vehicle is used, the better will be the engine. So that's the reason people buy it. But you see, 5 lakh kilometers, this is a vehicle that has been driven for most number of kilometers. Okay, what if I need which vehicle is people have a different mindset. If I am buying a car, I will buy a car whichever is used less. Used less means kilometers driven should be less. I don't write descending order. Bajaj Avenger, 500 kilometers only they have driven. Very good. And there is one more Activa 3G which came into existence in 2016, like model. 54,000 was the original price and 45,000 is the current price. Why there is a small difference? New car, new vehicle, only 50,000, 500 kilometers. So if I don't add ascending, it's you can just, or else you can add ascending as well, not a problem. AAC stands for ascending, DAC stands for descending. If you give ascending also, you will get it. If you don't give anything also, by default you are going to get ascending. But only if you need a descending, you have to mention the keyword called descending. Okay, now you tell me, this is order by. This is order by. Okay, now you tell me, I'm going to ask you a requirement. Let me see who will help me to write the code. I'm the client now. I'm asking you a question. Can you tell me vehicles? I'll call it as a vehicles. I'll not call cars. Okay, can you tell me vehicles which has driven more or maybe used more? Okay, can you tell me vehicles which was, I want vehicle names. Okay, don't forget this. I need vehicle names which was driven more or used more, and I would say minimum they should have driven that, maybe minimum they would have driven 15,000 kilometers. Who will help me to write this? Select
car underscore name. The what do you want the other one? The minimum kilometers, right?
Minimum kilometers, yes. But also understand which has been used more. Someone is saying something. I'm not able to hear anything.
So you want only one car which is greater than, I mean, which has driven more than 15,000 kilometers, or all the cars which has driven more than 15,000?
How can it be one car if multiple cars has driven more than 15,000? Give me everything.
Select car name,
Okay.
comma, kilometers driven. Select car name and kilometers underscore driven.
Okay.
From car data.
Car data. Where?
Kilometers underscore driven greater than 15,000.
Will this work? Anyone who will argue that this will not work?
This will work, but
we want
order
to
will
use the
not be
order
there.
by condition.
Sorting will not be.
Okay, order by what you want?
Order by
Descending.
Kilometers driven.
Driven,
Kilometers driven.
Kilometers driven
Kilometers
descending.
driven descending.
Okay. Now it will work.
I think you have to keep minimum aggregate function.
No, sir. We need to use minimum condition.
My
No,
question was
order by should be first and where should be second.
order by should be first and where should be second. No, see, first try to understand. Tell me the vehicle name. Vehicle name I've included here. Okay. Which was driven more. Okay, it was driven more means obviously I have to order it. And I'm telling like where kilometers driven is driven less than 15,000. So my requirement is very simple. But will this query give me the answer? Let us run and see.
Less than or equal to 15,000.
Yeah, that's fine. Less than or equal to that is fine. But this is the list I'm getting. Varna, 15,001 kilometer. Jas, 15,059 kilometers. But is this my condition satisfied?
Okay, I think you have to remove that kilometers underscore driven because you are asking just the car name, right?
Okay, that is also fine. Not a problem. Okay, I will remove it. But yeah, query is fine. Okay, but is this the right way to do it, or it's like getting a proper result? Did you get any question like why I have not used an aggregate function, why I have not used a group by, why I have not used the having condition? I'm asking in that way. You wrote it in a very simple way, but is this correct? I'm getting the result. So is this a correct value or something like that? I'm asking.
It
Okay.
is correct, maybe not efficient.
Correct, not efficient. Okay. So let me put it in a different way. Okay. This is correct actually. You are made it very simple. Okay. But let me give you one more scenario. What I will give is, let us say, this is a year, count of star, total cars from car data, group by year, having is there. So for time being, I'll remove this having. Okay. Please go on mute. So I'm selecting year, I'm selecting count of star, total cars from car data, group by year I'm getting. Okay. But one thing I've observed is, okay, year is 2014, 2013, 2017, 2000. This is not in order. Always it should be in order so that I'll get to know which year, which is the sales. But this is something which is not in order. How can I do it?
After group by function, we will use order by function.
Order by what you will write?
Order by year.
Year.
Ascending or descending?
Ascending.
Ascending. Okay. 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It is ordered. Okay, suppose you want descending. Go and write descending. Okay, and one shortcut I will tell you. Okay, usually whatever we do, right, we write it in an effective way. Okay, suppose rather than writing a group by year, okay, rather than writing a group by year, I can just write it as group by 1. What does it means? This is 1, this is 2. I need not mention a name like this. I need not mention a name like this. This is all when you're using more and more, right? You will become a practice with it, like you will become an expert. So rather than writing a full name, you can write it as group by 1. 1 means this position, and order by 1, this position. Let us see. Still it will work. it is ordered. But now I am asking you, can you order by total cars? Whichever car is having whichever year is having maximum, you give that order. You will just go and change order by 2. Based on this count, it will be ordered. Now if I go and write like this, 2015 becomes the maximum total number of cars available for sale that has come first. But how I ordered it? Ordered by 2. 2 means this position, 1 means this position. Rather than giving a name like this, I've made it simple by giving group by 1. It's all advanced way. Maybe the moment you start using more and more, I usually write like this. Who will write full name and all? I know I have to include in a group by. This is a here I'm adding in a select query. This is a aggregate function. Before that I add a column. That column I know I have to include in group by. Group by 1. 1 means first position. 2 means second position. So order by year means, order by count means, based on the number of count you will be getting in that order. And if you don't put this, least cars will come first because of ascending order, and last it will be the maximum order. Usually all the queries which we write it, we'll write it in a very simple way. Okay, are we good?
Yes, Santosh.
Yeah. So now what I will do, can you tell me, this is a car data, this is a car data. Okay, in the car data, select star from car data is there. Okay, I want to know, very simple question I'm asking. I want to know which year the showroom started. When did the first car sale was been, which model or which model years was the first car available? How do you do it? Very simple. 2004 is there, 2005 is there, 2018 is there. Which was the first year? How do you get that?
2004.
2004 it will be the first.
Min of year.
I'm sorry?
Min of year.
Min of year. Okay. So if you go and see, 2003 is the first year. Okay, 2003 is a first year. So what is the query you're telling? You're telling select min of year from car data. Two thousand three. What is the last year? Max of year. So this is something with respect to 2003. This is something with respect to 2018. 2018 was the last showroom details which I add. Okay, so these two things I can use minimum and maximum, everything I'll be able to get it with respect to, this functions called minimum and maximum. I'm just putting all the list which you have covered. Okay, so where condition and condition count in between, group by, having, order by, minimum and maximum. Okay, there's one more problem now. I
Mahesh,
just
can you go
select,
to the last point where you are saying that the effective way of writing the query, the last to last question which you asked actually.
it's correct only. Whatever you told, it was correct. Rather than using group by everything, this was correct.
Okay.
Car name
So
from.
in the same one, if you want to use group by, how do you use group by in this one? You
If
can't
you
use,
want,
right?
you cannot use group by because kilometer driven with
No,
respect to one single car.
yeah, I agree that in this query you haven't written anything on the group by, but can you able to, I mean to say, is it possible to write group by here in this query? No,
This
right?
query, see, this query will not make sense because kilometers driven, you cannot sum it up with respect to cars, right?
Yes.
Each car only 1 kilometer. Like for example,
Hmm.
one car will have only 1 kilometers driven, right?
Yes. Yes, yes.
So group by will not work here.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Thank
Yeah.
you. I thought you are saying about another alternative to write that one. Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
No, alternative was like this was a simple query, but I expected this where condition that you have told where minimum kilometers driven is greater than 15,000. That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So now what we have seen is, let us say select year from car data.
Santosh, one small thing.
Uh-huh.
So previously the above query is there, no? So can we use order by first and where next? Will that work?
No. Always order will be like this only. First where condition could come. Finally only order by should come. You cannot first order. See, if you're writing like this, how it will work? Because the syntax says first select, next from, next where, next order by. Order by should be always at last. You cannot tell it as order by I will include first and then I will write where condition. No. Syntax is there. They'll be maintaining with respect to specific rules. That only you have to follow.
Okay, Santosh.
Yeah, clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, coming back to this, maybe this is year. I'm just selecting year from car data. Okay, and I will order it. Order by year. Okay. Now you tell me why I'm getting like this.
Because you have multiple years, same year, there are too many cars are there.
Multiple rows with the same year.
Because you haven't selected anything distinct or something, right? It's just one.
Yes. Yes. 2003, two cars were there. 2004, one car were there. 2005, four cars were there. 2006, three cars were there. 2007, this many cars were there. Something which I want is, I don't want to see how many times it is repeated and all. I just want to say 1 year. Like for example, I gave a question, right? If after this class, my managers or maybe Mahesh will ask, how many people asked questions? Okay, how many people asked questions? So what I have to tell? I have to tell number of people asked questions. So I'll tell maybe 7 to 8 people answer the questions. If he's asking how many questions, one person can have all 30 questions. Like for example, Ahmad asked 30 questions, all other people have not asked. That means there is something wrong with my session. Only one person is asking question, most of them are not asking. I can tell that there is something wrong in the session. But if a lot of people ask questions, okay, I'll tell my manager that many people are asking questions. Maybe what I can tell is maybe they are understanding it. So there is always a difference between count and count distinct. Now what I need is, here I need only the distinct values. Forget about how many cars it has been there. 2003, 2003, two cars. 2005, there are four cars. I'm not worried about how many times or how many cars is there. I just need to display distinct here. Go and add distinct. Go and add distinct. Before that year, you go and add distinct. You will not see this duplications. You will not see this duplication. Just go and run here. You will get it. 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's all it is. Only 18. Okay. Now I'll ask an interview question. Okay. Let us see who answers this. Select count of maybe not car. I will take year from car data. Line number 151. What is the answer?
It will give the total number of rows at which are present.
What is the total number of rows?
301.
Yes, count will be given.
Count of years.
301. Total number of records. That's what I've said. I've did it here. If I don't add distinct, I will get all the 301 records. Whatever was a year present, everything I'm getting. Okay. Now again, I'm going to ask you one more question. What I will get?
It will give total how many number of years was there.
How many are there?
This will give the distinct figure.
Unique
This
years
will
count
give
will
the
give.
distinct year. If I go and
16,
say
I
only
guess.
16 years, okay, from 2015 till 2018, I've got 16. So this is the difference. Distinct is going to give you the distinct values. Distinct is going to give the distinct values, whereas just count will give the only all the count of the rows. Okay, so this is a difference. Distinct is always to give the distinct values, remember that. Okay, but always it is a good practice to use distinct in front of every query you write, so that if someone has entered a duplication, there is this possibility, right? We have seen in the constraints, some people will start entering some junk values. There is a high possibility that they may be there. So always go for a best practice. If you write any code, for example, I write it like this: select star from car data. Okay, maybe I will give car name, year, selling price. I'll write like this. I'll get records. Okay, always have a good practice of writing distinct as well, so that there is no duplication happening. I'll get still the same records, but something in case same car is same price and same thing, maybe there is a duplication. That things maybe you can avoid using distinct. So distinct is basically for like putting a and condition, or maybe I can tell that remove all the duplicates. Give me only the unique values. That is called distinct.
So we don't use distinct for the primary key column. No need to use, right?
In the primary key, if it is already primary key, you will be getting the distinct. You need not do it. But you don't have control over it. How they have created a table, whether they have made a constraint or not. You will not be like keeping track of all that, right? So always as a developer, writing a code, you write it effectively. Whether they have used or not, you use it as per the query. You can go and check whether how they have written the query, primary key, everything, primary key, foreign key, constraint. But it's fine. At your level, you're writing the code, put it in a normal, effective way.
Sure.
This distinct will apply only to the car name, right?
This will apply combination of car name, year, and selling price.
Okay.
This distinct will apply for all the columns which is written after the distinct keyword. So 3 columns: car name, year, and selling price. If 3 cars has been repeated, it will be removing. The distinct will remove the same number of I would say the combination car name, year, and selling price, it will remove. Are we good?
Even it will filter the duplicate years as well, right?
If it will remove, see, for example, I'm ordering it 2003, there are 2 cars. This 2 cars still coming in the line number 164. Why? Car is different. So this is one unique distinct, this is one unique distinct. So it's not only going to remove here, it is going to check the combination of all 3. Still
Yes,
it's a confusion.
got it.
Yeah. So this is about distinct. Okay. What happened in the car data, right? This I'll take it. Car data. Okay. If I see this car data, this is my car data. Okay. I can see that this is a complete car data which I'm seeing. There is one person who has not one car. What is this car name? Carmi. What is this? I'm hearing for the first time.
Camry. Toyota Camry.
Okay. Okay. So Carmi is a car. For this car, it was came in the year 2006. Selling price was this much. present price is this much, it has driven 1,42,000, petrol, individual, everything. This car's owner information is not available. See, when I'm going to buy a car, what I will look into it, how many owners it has had, whether it is having a 2 owners, 3 owners, it has been a second and third and fourth, and that is something which I check. The kilometers driven should be minimum, because I check it should not be overused it, and it should not have any scratches or maybe any accidents, insurance, and nothing has to be claimed. All this I look into it. When I was looking into it, I observed that some of the cars, the owner is not mentioned. Owner is not mentioned. Due to some data entry process, the owner's name, number of owners that has been taken, like it has been shifted from one person to other place, is this not mentioned. Now, how do you get this? How do you get this?
Select
Where
start
owner
from
is
table.
null, we can use that process.
Yeah. See, where car data is there, what I will do, where
Right?
owner equal to
Easy.
1 I will give. Okay, where owner equal to 1 I will give. What happens? Whichever car is having one single owner, you will get that. Maybe it has already been transacted with one person. This I will get. Whatever I have with respect to 0, I will get it. Okay, 0 also I'm getting it. Now, if I put null here, will I get it or not?
Only that car will come.
Whichever owner is being given with a null. So that details I need. I think only one car is like that, I guess, without any null. So now if I give this null, it will work or not?
It will work.
No. No.
Oh no, the condition is easy null, right?
Is null, yeah.
Okay, let's run this. I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything. Always remember, null means some junk value will be there. A junk value will be there. So you cannot match the junk value, but instead of that equal symbol, you have to mention is null. Please go on mute.
क्या? बंद करो बाहर.
Okay, so what I'm telling is you cannot equal to 0 like this. Maybe you did it for 0. Maybe you did it for 0. That means I'm getting all the 0 value. If I'm putting as 1, I'm giving us 1 value. But if I give something with respect to null, null will not come because this is junk value. You cannot match the column name with a junk value. This will fail actually. This will fail, but you have to give something like is null. Is null, very important. Okay, is null. Some people like put the equal to symbol and telling that record is not coming, record is not. I've seen in my juniors. Okay, whoever has not joined newly to my project, I'm seeing they're making these mistakes. They should be is null. Is null means it's a junk value. So now you go and run it. Car.me is a car where the owner information was not available. This is a condition you will be checking where is null. Many scenarios will come. My client will tell, hey, whoever did not give an address in the Amazon data. Okay, see, remember this. This is very important. Tomorrow you will be seeing more examples with is null. Okay, so tomorrow maybe client will ask you, hey, can you tell me who are the person who did not give an phone numbers? What you will do? Where select star from phone number, where phone number is null. If you give that, whoever has not given the phone number, those list of names you will get it. Okay, and if is null is there, obviously it should be something like is not null. Is not null. Wherever the owner ID is not null, give me everything. That single record will be missing. 0, 1, everything will be there. That single record which was having a null. Car.me, what is that car name? Car.me. This Car.me name will not come. Now if I go and see the count of star, If I see count of star, 300 cars are there because one car which was the owner ID was not given. Okay, the same thing if I go and check it with respect to null, how many cars will I get?
One we will get.
One will be.
One we will get. Yeah. So if I don't include anything, 300 cars, 301 cars I will get. So this is how you can check is null and is not null. Very important in terms of getting to know which information is given, which information is not given. Okay, so I would request each and every one to practice all this. Okay, right from like we have completed 2 sessions only on querying part. So start solving the problem. You only create a question. Okay, if it was a maximum, when only if you can analyze yourself, you can become a good analyst. The data is available, start putting a filter in the Excel, the same filter you try to match it in your MySQL. This is how you learn whether you have done it correct or not. You can go and filter it. For example, I just go and check year equal to 2003 or maybe 2005. In 2005 we had 4 records. The same thing I'll go and apply in a where condition, I'll match it. So same way you also do it. Okay, try to apply aggregate functions, group by function. Very important, group by and having. If you have not understood, please ask me again, I will repeat it, but this is very important. Okay, try to practice all this. Tomorrow we will continue with our new concept. I will tell you all this time, right? What I have observed, there is only one table. Car data is the only table. Car data is the only table. I am seeing the result, but real time, don't expect everything to be present in one table. Not at all possible. Every organization will have more number of tables to accommodate the business. They will have customer information, they will have product information. We have seen that when you are seeing primary key and foreign key constraint, one table was a customer table, one table was sales table. How do you select the records from 2 different tables? This is a problem. Now we are going to see the solution for this in the next class. Everything was only one data, car data. In the real time, what if there are multiple tables? What you can do? Just giving a hint, tomorrow we are going to learn about joins. Okay, very important, joins. SQL joins. For sure, I can tell you, like you know, right? In I think you have attended some competitive exams. They'll tell, right, 5 questions will come from aptitude, 5 questions will come from vocabulary English, 5 questions will come from like quantitative analysis, everything. So like that, I can also tell you in interview, 2 to 3 questions will come in the joins. For sure, you will get it.
Then in that case, even we are going to see primary and foreign key also tomorrow, right? If we are using
Yes.
2 tables.
Yes. We will be seeing the like we have already covered primary key and foreign key. We'll be still seeing the relationship, how it primary key and foreign key will be matched. So what conditions you are going to match, that also we'll see, and our main concept will be joins. Very important. Please don't miss class. Okay.
Sure, Santosh.
Okay.
Santosh, I have a doubt.
Mhm.
DESC keyword act as a column data type, right? Giving column data type.
DESC.
Hmm.
DESC is discerning order.
Describing also is there. For suppose I will.
Okay. You're asking about that is not DESC. Okay, that is describe.
Yeah, describe.
Yeah. So describe means this is a table. For this table, you're describing it. it will tell you the just description of the details. For example, what are the columns present? Car
Yeah.
name, year, selling price, present price, all this is a field. What type is a data type it was given? It is a text data type, int data type, double data type. It is going to give me all the data type. And whether I given any primary key or any default values, or did I give any nullable or like not nullable, this all constraints. So based on the constraint, this value will be filled. Okay, let me show you this example. Okay, this is a constraint table which I created it. Yeah.
Actually, what he is asking is describe is DESC and descending order is DESC. How we will difference between both them? He is asking like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
only. That
Describe is
shortcut
full
is
word you have
both
to
are
give.
same only, na. But
Describe.
describe we are using before table only. We use describe as.
No, this is descending order. DESC. Describe is
Actually,
this one. How can it be same? It's different. This is a describe keyword. This is a descending keyword. How it can be same? This is
actually
what
SQL 11G describe is DESC only.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
DESC. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
DESC space the table name.
You're telling this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Santosh, here I think in the describe you will be using prefix to the table name, but there you are using suffix to the order by, right? So they will take in combination of that one, right?
Yeah, it should be that only. But descending order and describe, yeah, that as I said, yeah, as Ahmed said, like when you're going for describe, if you're giving the table description like table name, you will get the table description. But if you go for adding in our column, like for example here, if you go and order it, so here if you add after the column, maybe it will give you the descending order.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
again, why they have kept the same name? Yeah, I think describe should, we will use this only. Maybe we'll not use this, but still it's working.
Yes.
Usually what I do is whenever I want to describe a table and check, okay, I will be using this describe only. I will not use this. This is for descending order. So maybe some database will support, but again, as Ahmed said, if you have anything after this table name, it is going to give a describe. But if you go and see something after the column name, you're ordering it, it will give you the descending order.
Based on the priority, it will change.
Yeah, so better I will go and use this only. This is actually will supported by any database, I think. Just check in your 11G as well, 11G or
Can you
12C,
please
whichever
run that
database.
describe space this? Can
Describe
you please
space.
run this? Can you please that command number 18? 18 command. Can you please run this? Okay,
Same
same will
thing I'm
get.
getting. Same will get. This also same, this also same. But I remember most of my projects I've used this. But this is
Okay.
In
descending order.
11D also describe will work, but DESC is a shortcut.
Okay, shortcut. Okay, fine. Yeah. So be specific, like you can go as use describe, but maybe if you still need a why it is same name, I'll tell you. But as of now, something which is after the describe, the table name, you can tell it as it's a table description. And something which you tell that if it is after the column name, maybe like it is giving me the order. That way you can keep in mind.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Santosh, one more doubt. In the table, if you want to find the second maximum value, how we will do that?
That is all planned for the next few classes. I will be telling. We'll be working with
Okay.
subqueries, joins, union, window functions, rank functions. Everything is up. This is all called advanced queries. Okay,
Okay.
so whatever you have learned is a basic queries. Here you will be, it's all basic queries. Advanced queries something we will plan it for a separate session. There you will be discussing more on third maximum salary expected questions. 100% they will not even change the question frame. They are going to ask you the same question. Okay, that we will all see in the advanced. Maybe after 2-3 days we will come to that.
Okay. Okay, Santosh, and one more thing. If you want to insert multiple data into a single data cell, like if we see the petrol for a same row, I want to insert petrol and diesel for both in a single row itself, like rates. fuel type petrol comma diesel. Is it possible to insert like that?
If you want to insert multiple values, see the example which you gave, it's practically not possible. One car can be with only one possible petrol or diesel, but you are telling I will insert like this. You will insert like petrol and I will tell diesel.
Yes.
You can insert it. What is wrong? But it will not make sense, but you can insert because everything is between the quotes, right?
Yes. Yes.
This is a
Yes. That
varchar.
that's
You can
yes.
insert
That's
it.
that I already tried, but so when I'm retrieving with one value, it is not possible, right? So
It is not possible because
is
you have given.
there is there any alternate for that? We have to insert multiple rows separately for the different data sets.
See, you can insert this, but still you'll be able to access it by using something called like condition.
Okay.
Using like condition, you just give petrol, only petrol vehicles will come. This also will come because it is already including petrol. So like this,
Okay.
insertion is correct. Like you give a comma separated, it will work. But like condition, we will see when we are working with some data set. I will see. I'll show you that.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.